do it. Welcome back to Small Press Expo 2012. I'll get the year right eventually.
Someday.
I'm Joe.
I'm Rusty.
I'm John.
Hi, John.
Green.
Welcome to the Small Press Expo.
Thanks.
I heard it's your first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yes, after 12 years of going, this is my first time.
Wow.
First time really being here.
And I think it's been 12 years. It might be a couple more. I don't even know. I think
the show's been around for 16 or 17.
16, and I think the first one was the third or fourth. Like it was either 98 or 99. I think was the first time I went.
The first one you went to was the one that was in that other hotel for that 1 year, right?
Yeah. Well, it was in an old hotel like for 1 year. Then it moved to another. I don't know. This is the fourth or fifth hotel. This is like
the third.
Third hotel.
Yeah, because it was at the Holiday Inn.
Yes, yeah.
All but 1 year.
That's right. Yes, I was at the last one.
That's cool. No, we're just doing an interview, buddy.
Yeah,
You're the digital guy. You know about the digital stuff.
Just dropping off my stuff.
Yes.
These guys are the best.
I was at the last one that was at that first hotel, and then ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was at the other hotel, and then now here, and I think this place is the best one so far. This is the best location.
Now, how do you feel about the new giant room?
The bigger room, it's great. I think it's kind of a subtle. It's like it's not a dramatic, like oh my God, there's so much more space. Like it's just enough breathing room.
Yeah.
I think that it adds to the show. So, it doesn't feel just stuffy. There aren't clogs anymore.
Nice big aisles.
Exactly. So
and you have vendors all around the room now.
Yeah. It's great. I think I've only had a chance to walk around like just a little bit, but it's really good. It's helped a lot.
Now I apparently don't have any more copies of. But you brought a book to the show.
Yeah, Teen Boat. We had, which I do with writer Dave Roman. It's a story about a teenager that can turn into a boat. It has its origins at Small Press Expo because Dave and I thought of it on a bus coming to the convention when back when we had to slum it on the bus for like 6 hours and had nothing to do but talk about Saturday morning cartoons. And we thought of the idea of Teen Boat, and maybe a year later we did a mini comic, and it was all for like having at Small Press Expo. We thought, we had been doing a book called Jack's Epic, which was more of a sci-fi, fantasy, Alice in Wonderland type story, and we felt that it didn't have this kind of quirkiness to it that so many of the books at Small Press Expo have. There's a certain element that you don't see anywhere else, and Jack's was kind of a little more mainstream, being fantasy, science fiction. So we were like, let's do a book specifically for Small Press Expo. And we came up with Teen Boat.
Right, it's
a very Small Press Expo.
And the magical tagline is
the angst of being a teen, the thrill of being a boat. And so we did it as mini comics for about 10 years, and then a publisher is like, we want to do this in color. So
you said no.
No color. But yeah, we made about 40 pages of new material, colored it all, and it just came out as a graphic novel this year. And I'm really happy to have it at Small Press Expo. It's been great.
It's a really neat package.
It's
a
nice looking book.
It's pretty slick. It's like I'm impressed that I drew it in black and white. I had no real intention that it would be a color thing, but it really gives it new life. It looks incredible. So
it does look incredible. Yeah.
Thank you.
And how has the reception been for this collected edition?
Well, it's hard to tell because we're not self-publishing it. It's coming out from an actual children's book publisher. But so they'll send us reviews, and the response is positive whenever we do shows or little lectures at libraries and little presentations. The kids seem to be into it, and adults can't help but laugh. I swear that tagline, we put it on a giant banner and people walk by and they laugh, and then they make it maybe another 20 feet before turning around and coming back and being like, okay, now I have to look at this.
I have to know about that.
It's like that tagline is, I've had the time to process it, and see the image of the boy transforming into a boat. Now I need to check it out. So yeah, it's been great.
Now, Teen Boat, I have a lot of memories of Teen Boat. There's just the mini comic itself.
yes.
There was, of course, the year you won an Ignatz for
The big
the
collection.
Vote
that's right.
campaign.
That's right. Yes, in 2004, which is like so incredibly long ago
It's a
now.
minute.
Fast.
It was another election year, as it is now, and we went. Dave and I and our friends, we went all out, and we made like buttons, vote boat, because we were debuting it at the show.
I remember there were hats involved.
Yeah, we had those like hats.
The pie tins or whatever they're called. I don't
Yeah.
know what it's called.
Whatever they're called that you see like I don't know carnival barkers wear.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we maybe had balloons too. It was very patriotic.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Because it was
awesome.
the debut comic award, which
They
you
don't
just,
have anymore.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Either, but yeah.
You just got people to vote in. They didn't have to vote ahead of time, or they didn't know about the stuff ahead of time.
Right.
Basically, well, and you know, the comic itself was about Teen Boat running for class president, so it was just very, very topical.
Yes.
You know, so it worked. But yeah, we're proud to have that Ignatz, or at least Dave's proud because I think that brick has been at his house the whole
What the
time.
hell, guys?
Thanks, Dave.
Goodness
No need to
gracious.
share.
I get to see it when I go over to his place.
And
And he
why he's
never
not-
invites you.
That's actually why he's not here this weekend.
That is.
He wanted to stay at home with his Ignatz.
That's right. He's at home with the brick.
That's
Now,
fine.
you guys also had a huge launch party for Teen Boat as well.
Yeah. We launched Teen Boat. It came out in May, and we had a party on a boat, which you guys would have loved it if
We were
you
very
had been
pissed we couldn't
there.
go,
Like
actually, yes.
it was this like 100-year-old barge. Which is kind of like you go inside and you might as well be in a barn. It's like this wooden, you know, and old like tarnished metal and everything, and it was awesome. It was a blast. We had music, we did a reading. Everyone dressed up like yacht rock, you know, and stuff. It was awesome. It was great.
That sounds amazing.
And actually, the music element reminded me, there is a Teen Boat theme song as well.
That's right. There's actually a couple of Teen Boat songs. The theme song, the main theme song, I guess, is the song that we used. We made a little animated video. You can find it on YouTube. Make sure if you ever Google Teen Boat, make sure you include the word comics. It's very, very important. Blame the internet.
I do.
There are just bad people everywhere.
The internet is a jerk.
Seriously. But yeah, there's a song, a Teen Boat song, which I'm not going to sing. And an animated video that you can find online.
Now, how does it make you feel when you see something you've helped create inspire such excitement in others?
It feels great, honestly. It's like it's really the best thing in the world to see people walk by and just laugh at the concept of it. The fact that just the idea makes them smile. So, you know, when I hear about people who are fans and are like, oh, I saved all those mini comics, you know, I still have them. It's like, it's kind of amazing because I just think of it as sort of like, I mean, I don't even think I have any of the mini comics in pristine condition anymore. Like they're just, they fall apart so quickly.
Yeah.
So the fact that it stuck with people, yeah, it's amazing because we were just doing a silly idea, kind of.
Well, in doing so, like you said, you kind of aimed to try to make something that was a little quirky, a little different to kind of fit with SPX. And it was so spot on that it hit home.
Yeah, it was totally unexpected, but I'm grateful for the chance to keep doing it and that people like it.
Now, what are you working on now? Anything special?
Well, we will be doing a second Teen Boat. So that one, we're in the beginning stages. We have like an outline and we have maybe a third of a script, and I've started doing thumbnails, and so we have all the pieces are more or less in place. We just kind of have to, crank it out.
Right.
So there's that, and miscellaneous comic freelance, and I still draw Phineas and Ferb for Disney. So every now and then there's like a picture book or a Phineas and Ferb magazine that I drew. So that's mostly it. But yeah, comics are pretty much what I do full time.
That's not a bad job.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
that is
job.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
I like it. can't get enough of it. So
Well, that's good because you have to do that for a living.
yes, I do have to do it for a living. There are times when it becomes a job where it's like, now I have to work on comics.
Why can't I be crunching numbers?
Yeah, man.
Why aren't there any
Alright.
sheets that need spreading? I really want to do that instead.
And at least I don't have to put on pants.
You don't have to put on
Huge
pants.
plus.
Yes.
No, I mean
I've
you,
tried to get around that rule in my office. It doesn't
right.
work.
It doesn't fly there. There's a dress code, and he breaks that code every day.
Yeah.
Now we have a mystery bag of mystery
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
There is only a couple in there, but
I reach in. Oh, it's
Yes.
it's wet.
Oh.
no.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Mystery bag. What have you been up
No,
to?
mystery bag.
So shall I open?
Yeah,
this?
please
for it.
crack it open and find your mystery question. There you go. Crush it with.
Does it give me my lucky numbers as well?
Maybe.
Yeah, you go.
There's a number in there.
Oh man. Okay. What's the best comic you've ever read?
Wow,
Mm,
that's a hardcore question.
big question.
That's tough because it's like, what's the best comic I've ever read, or what's like my favorite comic? Because sometimes your favorite thing
It's true.
isn't really
Isn't
actually
necessarily
an example
good.
of
Yeah.
the best.
Now
Best of
I'll
the
turn to the
medium or
author
anything
of
like
said
that.
question. How would you interpret it?
Thank you. I would say, yeah, go ahead and go with your favorite comic.
My favorite comic. Okay, I'd have to say one of my favorite comics that, like, if I'm ever at my parents' house, I'm going through the attic and I come across my old boxes of comics, and I come across this one and I have to stop and actually start, and I get caught up and I end up reading it. I would say it's probably Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham.
Yeah, of course.
That is that one that's okay. If I was gonna list like my comics that have been influential, that's definitely up there. I love the parody aspect, the art style to it, the familiarity of the characters,
And the way all the characters became animals.
the way all the characters became animals. So like Peter Porker, and then of course things like Usagi Yojimbo.
Sure.
The Turtles, of course. It's tough with series because when I think of like the best comic I've ever read, like I think a lot of people will rush to like a graphic novel, like a
Right.
Something that has a,
Like a single standalone.
an exact
single
beginning and
standalone,
ending. Yeah, right.
beginning, middle, and end. And I think it's easy to make a list of what are like, what does America consider to be the top 10 best, and graphic novels, and everyone's gonna have like 8 out of 10 are all gonna be the same on those.
Yeah.
But for me, when it comes down to influential comics, yeah, Peter Porker is one that I like. Honestly, yeah. Once I start reading them, I spend another hour just going through the rest.
Some years back, I remember some relaunch of Spider-Man. They did alternate covers featuring all the different types of clothes he's worn.
Yeah, Mike Waringo.
Mike
did this.
Waringo drew it, and I got
yeah.
unnaturally excited when they unveiled the Peter Porker Mike Waringo cover, because it was
That's
just a thing of
awesome.
beauty.
Yes.
I mean,
that's
it
awesome.
needed to exist, and I'm glad it did. I don't have it, but if
Hey,
anybody wants to
you're
send
happy
me
it's
one,
out there.
you know.
Yeah, send them over. We'll be here the rest of the day.
Now, if someone wanted to, I don't know, look you up online, do you want to give them a shortcut to get there?
Well, the Teen Boat does have a website. There's not so much there, but you can watch the video. It's teenboatcomics.com, and my website is johngreenart.com.
Awesome. Very cool.
I'll make sure to go there all the time.
Awesome.
Every day.
Man, I'll check back once a year because that's probably how often I update it. So.
Well, I'm a slow reader, so it's fine.
Oh, very good.
You'll do it in parts.
Very good.
Thank you so much for coming and talk to us.
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much for having me, guys.
Have a great day.
You too. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You too.
I will.
Bye.
Okay.